There is a way of teaching that does not rely on force, does not rely on overload, does not rely on drowning the student in information. It is the way of presence, the way of alignment, the way of subtle correction rather than loud instruction. This is what many call the Zen way. But when understood deeply, it is not separate from Ma'at, and it is not separate from the Tao. It is the same current expressed through different languages. Because Zen points you inward, Ma'at aligns you with balance, and the Tao teaches you to move with what is already happening. 3 doors, 1 room. The mistake most teachers make is trying to install knowledge instead of awakening awareness. They speak too much, explain too much, control too much. But real teaching is not about filling the mind. It is about clearing it, because a crowded mind cannot perceive truth. Zen understood this. It did not try to convince. It tried to reveal. A master would not always answer your question. Sometimes he would give you silence. Sometimes a paradox. Sometimes an action. Because the goal was not to give you an answer. It was to make you see. Ma'at operates the same way. It is not something you memorize. It is something you recognize. Balance is not taught through theory. It is felt through misalignment. When you are out of order, you feel it. When you are aligned, you know it without explanation. And the Tao? The Tao does not argue with you. It flows. It moves whether you understand it or not. And the moment you stop resisting, you begin to understand without being told. So what is the teaching method when these 3 are combined? It is simple, but powerful. You do not dominate the student. You guide their awareness. You do not force understanding. You create conditions for realization. First principle: less talking, more observing. The student must see themselves. If you explain everything, you remove their ability to discover. Discovery creates ownership. Ownership creates transformation. Second principle: teach through contrast. Let them feel imbalance so they recognize balance. Let them experience distraction so they value focus. Do not shield them from reality. Use reality as the lesson. Third principle: precision over volume. One sentence that lands is more powerful than an hour of noise. Zen masters used few words because truth does not need decoration. Ma'at does not need persuasion. The Tao does not need explanation. Fourth principle: embodiment over instruction. If you are not aligned, your words carry no weight. Students do not learn from what you say. They learn from what you are. Your presence teaches louder than your voice. This is critical because contradiction destroys teaching. If you speak balance but live chaos, the student absorbs chaos. If you speak discipline but act loosely, the student learns inconsistency. Fifth principle: remove dependency. The goal is not to make the student rely on you. The goal is to make them see clearly without you. A true teacher disappears as the student becomes aware. Now understand the deeper layer. The mind resists clarity because clarity removes illusion. Illusion is comfortable. Identity is built on it. So when you teach this way, you will meet resistance. The student may want answers instead of awareness. They may want certainty instead of balance. They may want structure instead of flow. This is where you remain grounded. You do not chase them. You do not force them.
You hold the space and allow realization to happen when they are ready. Zen calls this emptiness. Ma'at calls it balance. The Tao calls it flow. But all three point to the same experience: a mind that is not cluttered, a body that is not tense, a perception that is not distorted. And when a student reaches that state, something shifts. They stop asking as many questions, not because they know everything, but because they see more clearly. They stop reacting as quickly. They move with more intention. They become quieter, not in weakness, but in awareness. This is the Zen way aligned with Ma'at and the Tao. Teach less, reveal more. Control less, align more. Speak less, embody more. And when you do this correctly, you are no longer just teaching information. You are awakening perception. And once perception is awakened, the student no longer needs to be taught. They begin to see for themselves. Ashe.